Welcome back, everyone. So I thought we would take a break from looking at some of the best motorcycles ever made, because I have just bought my very first Chinese motorbike, which I will get into later. And, well, I thought like me, you might want to know a little more about some of the best bikes coming out of China right now. Now, China is not exactly known for making the most reliable motorcycles, but they are definitely trying to get themselves known for making some of the cheapest, and you might even say some of the most innovative. And yes, these aren't exactly secret motorcycles, but Chinese brands rarely get a look in compared to the like of Harleys and Hondas. Once seen as budget alternatives, Chinese motorcycle manufacturers are now taking the fight directly to legendary names like Suzuki, Honda, and Yamaha, with groundbreaking designs, cutting-edge technology, and unbeatable prices. Now, back in the 1980s, Japanese brands revolutionized the global motorcycle scene, breaking into European and American markets with bikes that were affordable, reliable, and packed with performance. Fast forward to today, and we're witnessing history repeat itself, but this time it's Chinese manufacturers leading the charge. Before we get into it, if you're enjoying this content and want to see more, then please hit the subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow, and your support keeps these videos coming and helps build our community of motorbike enthusiasts. Okay, let's get back into it. You may have already seen that at the recent EICMA Motor Show in Milan, Chinese manufacturers showcase an impressive lineup of powerful new models. These bikes are much more affordable and come loaded with cutting-edge technology, innovative designs, and performance that challenges the industry's traditional giants. I've been interested in the development of some of the more well-established Chinese brands like Lawson and Lifan for a while now, and although I do have a preference for vintage bikes that just tend to have a bit more soul, there's something about these futuristic Chinese bikes that always grabs my attention. So after going down the rabbit hole of online reviews, I took the plunge and bought my first Chinese manufactured bike. Now, before I reveal which one I went for, let's take a look at some of the bikes that made it to my top 10 list. First up, let's talk about CF Moto, a brand that has been quietly climbing the ranks and proving that Chinese motorcycles can go head-to-head with the big names. They've been blending affordability and high-quality engineering for years, but their 2025 lineup is actually looking like a very strong contender. They've partnered with KTM, using Austrian engineering expertise to create motorcycles that look premium, perform exceptionally well, but are still affordable. If you've ever doubted Chinese motorcycles, these bikes might change your mind. Let's take a closer look at their CF Moto 675 NK. If you're into aggressive, stripped-down naked bikes that deliver raw power and precision handling, then this one could be for you. It has a 675cc inline 3-cylinder engine, which produces a 95 horsepower, a first for CF Moto and a move that directly challenges the Yamaha MT-07 and Triumph Street Triple. The triple-cylinder setup means a wide power band, excellent mid-range torque, and it doesn't look like CF Moto is cutting corners either, with ride modes, a slipper clutch, traction control, and a full-color TFT display with smartphone connectivity. It also has a lightweight chassis, inverted front forks, and sporty geometry, which make it perfect for carving through city streets and tearing up canyon roads. Now, it looks like this bike is actually expected to stay under $9K, which makes it so much more affordable for most bikers. Now, for the adventurers out there, CF Moto has something even bigger, the 800 MTX. This is their most rugged, off-road focused adventure bike yet, and it's designed to tackle serious terrain while staying comfortable on long-distance rides. It's powered by a KTM-sourced 799cc parallel twin engine, and looking at the reviews, it sounds like a pretty punchy and responsive bike. It has a proper adventure setup with 21-inch front and 18-inch rear wheels and spoked rims for better durability off-road. It's loaded with high-end features like an 8-inch TFT screen, multiple riding modes, cornering ABS, and even cruise control for those long hauls on the highway. This thing is built to compete with bikes like the Yamaha Tenere 700 and the KTM 790 Adventure, but with one massive advantage: the price. One Chinese motorcycle company that has absolutely nailed this concept is Waymoto. They've taken the idea of luxury styling at budget prices and run with it, creating bikes that look like high-end machines but cost a fraction of what you'd expect. Waymoto has positioned itself as a futuristic, high-tech motorcycle brand that blends cutting-edge design, aggressive styling, and premium features, all while keeping the price tag stakes shockingly low. Their bikes wouldn't look out of place in a cyberpunk movie, with sleek bodywork, LED lighting, and aerodynamic fairings that make them look twice as expensive as they actually are. And they aren't just about looks either. Waymoto has packed its lineup with modern tech and performance features that rival some of the biggest names in the industry. Touchscreen displays, ride modes, battery swapping technology, these aren't just gimmicks. They're making high-end motorcycle features accessible to riders who don't want to drop a fortune. Their debut at the Milan Motorcycle Show turned heads for all the right reasons. They walked into a space dominated by giants like Ducati, Yamaha, and Honda, with a display that felt more like an Apple product launch than a motorcycle showcase. Waymoto made one thing clear: they're here to shake up the industry. And although I prefer an old-fashioned Harley, I still appreciate how some of these companies are really pushing the design boundaries. Alright, let's talk about one of the wildest motorcycles coming out of China right now. If you thought budget-friendly bikes were all about practicality and small displacements, Sanyo is here to prove you wrong. Get ready, because this company has gone all in on massive cruisers with ridiculously over-the-top designs. Sanyo isn't a household name like Harley-Davidson or Honda, and honestly, that for me is what makes it exciting. They're one of those brands that suddenly pops up with something so outrageous that you can't help but take notice. While a lot of companies are focusing on small displacement urban bikes or electric scooters, Sanyo took a completely different route. They basically said, nah, let's build a monster cruiser that looks like it belongs in a Mad Max movie. And that's how the Long Wolf 800 was born. This thing is big, bold, and impossible to ignore. The design alone screams, look at me or get out of the way. With an 800cc engine, it's pretty impressive for a Chinese brand, especially considering most of them stick to modest, fuel-efficient motorcycles. Now, it's not going to be the fastest thing on the road, but that's not the point. This bike is all about presence, and it has plenty of it. From the front, it looks like a futuristic cruiser, straight out of a sci-fi movie, with aggressive LED headlights, a low-slung stance, and chunky bodywork that give it an almost armored look. It's like if a Harley-Davidson and a spaceship had a rebellious kid. And speaking of details, this thing is decked out. Full digital display, LED lighting, and exhaust that look like they were designed by a video game concept artist. It's the perfect mix of classic cruiser muscle with modern futuristic styling. You'd think a bike this big and aggressive would be a nightmare to handle, but surprisingly, reviews say it's actually comfortable. Now, if you have one of these, you will have to let me know your thoughts. But it does look like Sanyo put some real effort into making sure the suspension is smooth, the seating position is relaxed, and the brakes are decent, which is important when you're riding something that looks like a two-wheel tank. That said, it's not perfect. Some owners have pointed out minor finishing issues, and let's be honest, it's not the most refined engine out there. And if you're new to cruisers, the weight can be a challenge, but at these kind of prices, I wasn't expecting perfection. Now, let's talk about Zontes, a brand that's not just keeping up with the competition, but pushing the boundaries of motorcycle technology. If there's one company that's making motorcycles feel like they belong in the future, it's Zontes. Their bikes are high-tech, feature-packed, and ridiculously affordable. Proving that premium features don't have to come with premium price tags. For 2025, Zontes has unleashed two incredible models that combine performance, innovation, and affordability. The 703F, a trail bike loaded with next-gen tech, and the 703RR, a sports bike that brings aggressive styling and high-end components to the budget-friendly segment. And these bikes are both priced under $8,000. If, like me, you love exploring trails, off-road riding, or just want a versatile adventure bike, the Zontes 703F is one of the most technologically advanced trail bikes we've ever seen in this price range. Seriously, it comes with features that even premium brands don't offer at double the price. It has a 699cc parallel twin engine producing 95 horsepower, which puts it in the league of bikes like the Yamaha Tenere 700 and Honda Transalp. It's got plenty of power for highway cruising and enough grunt for off-road fun. Now, one feature I really love is the built-in Full HD front and rear cameras for recording your rides and enhancing safety. I think this is a really smart addition. It also has helpful features like the tire pressure monitoring system and the blind spot radar detection, which is something rarely seen outside of high-end European brands. I think that Zontes is definitely a brand to watch in 2025. It's proving that you don't need to spend a fortune to get premium features, cutting-edge technology, and performance that rivals the big brands. And although these Chinese brands still have a lot of work to do to fully compete with the Japanese and American brands, I am in favor of more affordable bikes that allow anyone who wants to get into riding the opportunity to do so. Okay, next up is Vogue, and I think this brand is one of the most exciting brands to watch mainly because Vogue is part of Lonson, which has long been a key manufacturer partner for BMW Motorrad, and that means this bike benefits from BMW-influenced design and engineering at a fraction of the cost. If you've ever dreamed of owning a high-performance ADV bike without the eye-watering price tag, this is the brand you need to pay attention to. The Vogue DS800 Rally is designed to compete with some of the most well-known ADV bikes on the market. Think BMW F850 GS, Yamaha Tenere 700, and Honda Africa Twin. But like I said, I am all for more affordable bikes, and this one is going for under $8K. It has a 798cc parallel twin engine, pushing 93 horsepower, and radial mount brakes for strong stopping power. Perfect for tackling off-road trails or emergency braking in city traffic. Another great Chinese brand is Cove. They have been making a ton of noise in the rally and adventure world. You may not have heard of them before, but Cove is making a name for itself by producing lightweight, high-performance adventure bikes that are ready for Dakar-style off-road riding. The Cove 800X Pro is their latest and most advanced adventure bike yet. For the price, it's seriously impressive. It has a 799cc parallel twin engine that delivers strong acceleration and excellent mid-range torque, and is designed for both off-roading and high-speed highway cruising. It's one of the lightest ADV bikes in its class, making it easier to handle on rugged terrain compared to heavier options, like the BMW GS models. It also has an adjustable KYB suspension, which is a huge bonus in this price range, allowing riders to fine-tune their setup for comfort or aggressive off-roading. If you've been around the motorcycle world for a while, you probably remember Moto Morini, an Italian brand that once had a cult following for its sporty V-twins and unique styling. Well, guess what? It's back. Thanks to Chinese investment, Moto Morini is experiencing a full-fledged revival. And it's not just nostalgia-driven. They're building serious machines that can compete with today's best adventure bikes. The Moto Morini X-Cape 1200 is the new flagship ADV model, and this thing is built to go head-to-head with heavyweights like the Ducati Multistrada and BMW GS series. It has a V2 V-twin engine, producing 125 horsepower, giving it strong acceleration and effortless highway cruising power. Smooth torque delivery, perfect for adventure touring and off-road riding. It also includes premium features like heated seats and cruise control, as well as a 7-inch TFT display. The final brand I think you should keep an eye on is QJ Motor. If you haven't been paying attention to them yet, now is the time, because they're coming in hot with high-performance machines that are shaking up the market. QJ Motor isn't just another budget Chinese brand. They're aiming to compete with the best. With a combination of powerful engines, premium components, and low prices, they're proving that you don't need to spend a fortune to get a serious performance bike. For 2025, they've got two standout models that are turning heads worldwide: the SRT 900, a high-performance adventure bike, and the SRK 1000, a naked sport bike that's bringing superbike-level power for an unbeatable price. If you love big adventure bikes but don't have the largest of budgets, then the SRT 900 is definitely a more affordable bike. It has a 904cc inline triple-cylinder engine, delivering strong low-end torque and smooth top-end performance. The power delivery is perfectly tuned for adventure riding, making it a solid alternative to bikes like the Triumph Tiger 900 or Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. It also has Brembo brakes. That's right, premium stopping power straight from one of the most respected names in braking technology. Now let's get into the SRK 1000, one of the most exciting naked sport bikes to come out of China. If you want superbike power in a street-friendly package, this bike is going to blow your mind. It has a 4-cylinder 1000cc engine pushing 160 horsepower at 13,650 RPM. That's superbike level power in a naked Street Fighter chassis. This bike is designed for pure speed, delivering insane acceleration and top-end rush that rivals bikes like the Yamaha MT-10 and Kawasaki Z1000. The design is sharp, bold, and aggressive, looking more like a concept bike than a production model. It also has aerodynamic bodywork, sharp LED headlights, and an aggressive stance make it one of the most striking naked bikes on the market. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments which one you would buy. Thanks for watching, and ride safe, ride smart, and I will see you in the next one.